Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me on another video. I appreciate you stopping by today. So if you're new here, hopefully you will consider subscribing and also liking this video. So today's video is something new. I promised you guys I would do a weekly review. So this is my first ever weekly review on my channel. And I showed you guys the new printable that is available if you are subscribed to my blog in my last video. So that is what I'll be using to do my weekly review. And I'm hoping that this will be successful and it'll be something that I'll want to continue to do throughout the whole time of me planning, and it just really helps me. So that's the key here. So go ahead and pull out your sheet if you were able to download one, because we are going to do this, right? We're going to go through that sheet together and see what we were able to accomplish for the week. So if you want to see that, then make sure to stick around. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip to that section of my planner where I was keeping it, which was just in my week. So I'm gonna keep my week open because we're gonna talk through this thing. And so I'm gonna pull this out and we're kind of just gonna keep things nearby. So I might have to zoom you out for a little bit, but I don't wanna zoom you out too much because I want you to see everything that I have going on here. So make sure to have your planner turned to the current week. And of course, this is the printable that you're able to download. It had 3 pages. I went ahead and printed the one that has all of the words. It has the weekly checklist, and then it has the 3 questions or the 3 bullet points under personal and work. So you may have this one or you may have a different version, but either way, pull this out and let's go through it together and let's just kind of talk through this process and see what we were able to accomplish. So these are my 2 half sheets. I don't need the menu planning half sheet, so I'll set that to the side, but I do need my to-do list because I'm going to be transferring things over from my to-do list to the next to-do list. So I'm going to show you how I do that as well. So let me go ahead and pull those out because I do have those stuck in my week and I want to be able to walk you through that as well. So I thought I put them in here because I didn't plan them out fully, but I did stick them in here. So I thought, so that way, yep, here we go. That way they were ready to go for me. So I'm gonna pull those out because I'm gonna be planning for these on this video as well. Mainly the to-do list, this is gonna be my to-do list. And I'll write this in as well because this is all a part of my planning process, my initial planning process for the upcoming week. So again, let's keep this planner nearby because I'm gonna be referencing it throughout this video just so you can kind of see what I'm talking through. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is let's just skim over this weekly review real quick. So we'll do the weekly review first, and then after we do the weekly review, then we'll go ahead and do the weekly checklist. This pertains to next week. So first things first, and actually let's move this to the side because as I'm talking through this weekly review, I don't necessarily think that we need this just yet, but we will need it. So let me pull my pen, and this is my first ever weekly review, so you're gonna have to like work with me and bear with me because I'm just talking you through the process, so I might ramble a little bit just to kind of get the thoughts out of my head and just really figure this thing out. And hopefully I'll be able to fine-tune things and it'll flow a little bit better going forward. So the first thing that I want to review is under personal. Within this section here, I want to see what are my big wins, what didn't work for me, and how will I improve. And again, I'm going to write it out, but I'm just really going to talk you through that as well. So my big wins this week, I didn't really have too many super big wins, but I will definitely say a big win for me. And this might seem small to you, but typically I don't write in every day of my calendar, but in this particular week, I wrote in every single day. So to me, that was a big win. Again, it might not seem that important to you, but I think it's pretty big to be able to say that you filled in your entire planner for the week. So I will definitely say that that is a big win for me. So I'll put this under big wins. So I'll say complete an entire week of planning and filling in the pages. Okay, and this might be messy because it's going to be messy for me because I'm not trying to do all my like fancy cute hand lettering and stuff because I'm just writing it in to get it out of my head and to look at it and see what I did successfully and what I didn't do so successfully the past week and just kind of review things. So I'm not really going to try to write cute, so don't judge me. Okay, another thing that I consider is my big win is that we got through our second week of back to school without a hitch. Everything went smoothly. There are some issues with Addison's school in terms of the teacher. I'm not really too big on her right now. She does have two teachers. One of them I'm okay with, the other one not so much. So we're actively looking for a school to replace that school with. Hopefully we can find something. So right now she's just gonna stay where she is until we can figure that whole thing out. But I definitely will say that a big win is getting into our second week, or getting through our second week of school. So I will say, let's see what I read in. Completing second week of school. So besides us wanting to change her school, there haven't really been too many issues there. And with Malachi, he's pretty much had a smooth 2 weeks. So I consider that to be a big win as a mom. So I'm trying to think, skimming over my planner, were there any other successful things that happened personally? Because remember, we're just under the personal section for now. We haven't got to business big wins yet. So when I skim through, I guess another big win, which isn't really a big win, is that I was able to have some family come in from New York on my husband's side, and we hung out, and we just really had a good time. So that is always a big win whenever you're able to hang out with family. So I will write that down. And then I do have one more big win. So hanging with family. From New York. And then also, I was able to participate in a special work for my ministry and for my religious beliefs. I actually was able to do a pioneer lunch and kind of feed our pioneers. And some of you may not know what that means, but it is part of my ministry. And so that was my first time ever being able to do that. And so I definitely consider that a big win. And I was able to do it with my daughter, Addison. And that was her first time ever doing that as well. And it was really nice, and we had a good time. So she played hooky from school to hang out with me to feed the pioneers. So I definitely want to write that down because I consider that a big win. And other than that, that is pretty much it. And again, I'm just writing it out just to see it on paper and just to see, what I'm accomplishing, the good things about the week, and then some things I may need to change. So what didn't work for this week is I really believe that I need to probably come up with a some sort of hourly schedule. I'm not big on hourly schedules, guys. The reason why I'm not big on hourly schedules is because I don't really tend to do things like that. Like, I don't like being tied to like hours of the day, like from 5 to 6 you're going to do this, from 6 to 7 you're going to do that. I feel like it's too robotic for me. And I like having leeway. So I'm not really big on hourly schedules, but I do see why they work. And so that's why I'm thinking maybe I might do that at least for like maybe half of the day, maybe in the morning have a daily schedule, an hourly schedule. Because the issue here for me is that I tend to just be all over the place sometimes. I get a lot of stuff done, but I don't feel like there's as much structure. And I think I'm craving that right now. So I'm thinking maybe half of the part of the day I will do an hourly schedule. And then the second half of the day, it'll kind of be like, still get this done, whatever's on my to-do list, but not so structured. I'm playing with that idea because I feel like what didn't work for me is that I didn't have a good balance of time management. So time really got away from me this week, and it ended up pushing me throughout the evening. And I don't want to be up working late or doing things for the household or personal things too late. And I felt like this week I kind of was doing that, and I don't want to do that. I want to have a little bit more structure and get things done more earlier throughout the day. And other things, that can be pushed to later throughout the day or in the evening is fine. I just don't want to be working so late. So I would say for this week, and that's not always the case with me. A lot of times I do feel like I have enough structure, but for some reason this week I was a little bit all over the place. So I definitely want to change that next week and maybe implement a hourly schedule, at least, like I said, for the earlier part of the day, or for maybe a couple of days during the week. Next week is going to be busy for me because I have a religious convention on the weekend. So I have to cram a lot of stuff in the earlier part of the week. So maybe next week I'll try to implement that daily schedule. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll trial run it on Monday and see if it's going to work, or maybe Monday I won't use the daily schedule and just try to be more conscious of my hours and see if maybe I can figure something out there. But I told you guys I was going to ramble. I'm just talking you through the process. So what didn't work for me is definitely time management. Definitely time management. So I have to work on that. And how I'm going to improve that is I'm going to implement an hourly schedule. And then what also didn't work for me as much as I wanted it to work for me is that I didn't clean like I wanted to. Like I cleaned for the most part, but when I say I didn't clean like I wanted to, I did everything that I was supposed to do on my cleaning list, but a lot of times it was crammed all in one day. Like I know I have family coming in, so I pretty much crammed all my cleaning between 2 days. So I don't want to do that. I really want to stick to my zone cleaning, because zone cleaning, I feel like it really works. I love zone cleaning. And so that's what I want to stick to. I don't want to be cramming stuff in over the course of like a day or two, because that's not going to work for me. And again, time management, I'm sure, has something to do with that as well. So I will definitely say cleaning schedule. And I'm still working on my cleaning printables, and I think that will help me, because right now I just write it in on my planner here. As you can see across my cleaning column, I write in everything I have to clean, but sometimes I don't remember like in what order I do things, because I don't keep a master list. And so that's what the cleaning printables I'm thinking are going to do for me. So I'm hoping to implement that soon, and of course I'll offer that to you guys as well if you want to download it. And so that is what I have to do or put on my to-do list. So how I will improve is I'm going to implement a cleaning schedule. And it's really not, that's really not accurate, because again, I do have a cleaning schedule. It's just I need a little bit more structure with that. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it personally, because everything else pretty much worked for me this week. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact that I wrote everything in. Like I said, this is it doesn't always happen this way, where I write everything in my planner. So I was really super excited that every day was filled in. And I have to say that the student planner has probably made me the most productive out of any planner I've ever used. And I think that is because of the breakdown in the sections. Because for me to be able to see, okay, what schedule wise do I have, what business wise, what education wise, what cleaning, and so forth, I like seeing things broken up in different sections. So this planner has made me super productive. And so as much as I want to go to the teacher planner, I'm thinking I want to go to the teacher planner. I'm going to try it out. Maybe I won't use it for my regular planning. Maybe I'll use it for social media or something else, because I love having, 7 sections. The teacher planner only has 5, I believe. And so that's not going to fulfill all my needs. So I love having this. I don't feel like the space is too tight. I feel like it's just enough space. And I switched over to this Uniball Signo pen, which is 0.38 millimeter. And this has been really helping with the tight space. So it's all working out. So I love this planner. I just thought I'd mention that really quickly. It really has helped me. So that is all of my personal big wins, things that didn't work, and how it will improve. So now we're going to go into the business side of things. So I'm going to turn to my business social media planner. And this week was horrible for me, guys, in terms of writing everything in. As you can see, it was like really super horrible. So that's probably one thing I will put that didn't work for me. So let's go through this. All right, so what are my big wins? So one big win is that I did a super huge giveaway, because I reached a certain milestone, and I wanted to give back. And so that finished up, and so I announced the 2 winners. And so I would definitely say giveaway for reaching the milestone. And normally I try to write down my stats on my social media planner in terms of like if I do hit like a certain amount of subscribers or followers, I try to put that on my social media planner. But I didn't do it this week, as you can see, because I was lazy. And so again, I'll probably write that down for something that didn't work. And then another big win was that I had been reached out to by several companies to do collabs, and I'm still deciding on which ones I want to do, because what I don't want to do is collaborate with the company who I don't really feel like kind of goes in line with you know, my channel, and I don't want to be promoting something that just doesn't fit within what I'm trying to do and what my audience wants to see. So that's why I'm still deciding on which ones I want to do. But collaborations, like this is like my first real time of like people reaching out to me and like wanting to collab, so I thought that was pretty cool. So I write collaborations. And so another big win for business is that I started appearing more on camera, which is super exciting, and I'm really enjoying it. And that is a big one for me because I don't tend to really like doing in front of the camera type of videos, but I think it works and I really enjoyed myself again, and I'm looking forward to doing more of those types of videos. So I will definitely say that is a big win for me. That might not seem as important to other people, but to me it is, because again, I'm not really shy, but it's just out of my comfort zone. So I would definitely say on camera videos. And those are probably the most big wins for me, besides like achieving certain milestones. Like on YouTube, I think I'm at like, you know, over 18K. But I like to do milestones at like big numbers, like 20K will probably be my next giveaway and my next milestone. Although everything is a milestone, because look, I didn't really think I was going to be here in terms of, you know, my social media presence and all of that stuff. So everything is a big win. And then also on Instagram, I reached 10K. But I don't think it was this week. So it's a big win, definitely a big win, but not for this week. And then what's going on with my blog is I am not doing too much with it like I want to do with it, but I'm planning on focusing on it next week. So that'll probably be under improvements as well. So those are my 3 big wins. And then what didn't work is filling in my planner. And then also what didn't work is blogging like I should. So blogging routine. So I definitely want to come up with a blogging routine and maybe start blogging in bulk, like having like just, you know, blog posts ready to go and already upload it and then go live with them on that particular day. And so I'm just really trying to figure out the whole blog life. I think I pretty much have YouTube and Instagram figured out. Of course, there's always room for improvement. I'm always learning, but blogging is just so new to me that I'm just really trying to figure it all out. And I am also in the process of switching over my blog, because the one that I'm using now is not automated. So everything that I do, I have to trigger it. And that's why sometimes when you guys send me emails saying that you didn't get like the email for the printable, a lot of you guys didn't get that because I had to manually go in and trigger it to send it to you. And so I tried to wait until I got like a certain amount of subscribers before I sent it, so I wasn't sending it after one subscription. So I tried to wait till I got like 10 or 15 or 20 or more, and then I would trigger that email. So just FYI. But I need to figure out this whole blog life. So I would say what didn't work this week is just having that blog routine. But I did do well with my YouTube videos. I pretty much filmed everything I wanted to film, and everything worked out in YouTube world and also Instagram. But I need to figure out my blogging routine. So what am I going to approve for next week is I'm definitely going to try to fill out a whole week's of planning. So filling out my planner for an entire week. Okay, and then also I think I'm going to develop a blog routine, or I am going to blog in bulk. So I'm going to shoot for that goal this week. Blog in bulk. Okay, so that is all I can think of in terms of my week in review. And so when I look at all these things, I think I had a pretty good week, but I do also see lots of areas for improvement. So once you get finished with your week in review and you kind of talk through things and work things out in your head, and again, it's great to see big wins, you know, so when you really look at it, you're like, okay, that's good. I'm good with that. And it pumps you up and it makes you want to move forward with whatever you're trying to accomplish. And same goes for work. So next we want to go ahead and get ready to start planning out our week for next week. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my half sheets. I'll put my menu planning half sheet to the side because we're going to go ahead and develop our to-do list. And so what I want to do is go ahead and turn back to my planner, my classic size weekly view, because I just want to kind of see if I need to push anything. Okay, so this is just a point of reference at this point. There's nothing else that I need to write in here unless I need to flip it over and write something on there, but I think I'm good there. So I'm just gonna put it there for reference. And then what I'm gonna do is go ahead and fill out my half sheet. First thing I'm gonna do is see if I need to push anything. So I didn't finish my blog. So this is also a part of your review as well. I probably should have gone through this as well just to see, but you can keep it separate like I'm doing, because really these are the 3 questions you want to be asking yourself. And then when you get ready to do your weekly checklist, then you're really going to kind of dig deeper. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up, of course, and I'm going to write in to do and make it look cute, probably add some stickers here and there. So let me go ahead and grab the sticker book I want to use. So again, I've got my list off to the side. You may not be able to see that on camera, but I want you to see my to-do list and things that I'm pushing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write in to-do list. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna see what I need to push. So, finish new blog. Did not finish the new blog. The reason why I did not finish the new blog is because it's a lot of work. I pretty much got the old blog the way I want it. By the way, I'm going to use my mini sticker books for this because I think there's some things in here that I want to use. So I'll find what stickers I want to use to bullet point things and things like that. So the reason why I didn't get my new blog done, like I said, is because it's a lot of work. And I don't know, I just feel like it took so much time to do the old blog that I know how much time it's going to take to do the new blog, but it needs to get done. And I have to do it by the 20th because that is when my blog is going to shut down, or else I'm gonna have to pay another month of that blog. So I need to get that done. So let me go ahead and write in finish blog. And I have to be honest, a lot of these things probably need to be pushed because I have other to-do list items which I normally write at the bottom of my planner here, and that might not be on this list. And so it might not seem like I got a lot done, but I did, because again, I'm sometimes creating new to-do list items, or I am pulling things from off this list. So don't think I didn't get that much done. I did get a lot done this week. So finished blog is one. And then the next is to schedule a doctor's appointment for myself. So I need to do that because I did not do that. And then also some of these things are added later in the week and it's not realistic. So I need to assess that as well. I don't need to be cramming a whole bunch of stuff in a to-do list. And most likely things are just going to be pushed. That's just the nature of it. So I still need to schedule myself a doctor's appointment. So this is the first part of the process, right? Okay, I meant to tell you that. Going through the weekly checklist. Capture. Get things out of your head and onto paper. Collect any other notes. Categorize appropriately. So that is what we're doing right now. We're getting things out of our head and we're getting things onto paper, and we're pushing things that we need to push. And that is actually a part of one of these processes other than capture, which is to plan next week. So we're kind of doing two things all in one. And I also, on my phone, I keep a to-do list, or I keep just like a running list in my notes on my phone. And that is it right there. So it's just a whole bunch of random things. As things pop into my head, I add them to this list. And so this is kind of like my brain dump list. So I'm gonna see what I can pull from off of here as well and write it on my to-do list. But first, let's go ahead and finish pushing things that I need to push. Dentist appointment for the kids. And I think it's already scheduled, but I wanna confirm it. And the doctor's appointment for the kids is already scheduled. So I technically could give myself one check mark, but I need to schedule my doctor's appointment as well. I did also want to create a Sunday checklist, which is done, so I can actually do that. I want to create a vitamin regimen because I want to start taking more vitamins for myself. The kids take their vitamin. And then my Pioneer application, which I did pick up. I just need to fill it out. So I still want to keep this on here. And then Bethel Hotel. I want to get to the Bethel Hotel. You guys probably won't know what that is. Outfit for date night. Check that off. Add kids school calendar. I somewhat did that, but not all the way. So let me still keep this on here. Okay, Addison's homework. It's due tomorrow, so by that time it'll be done. I have to email a friend. I still need to email her this design. Blog post schedule, we just talked about that. But I definitely think that step one in terms of my blog is to actually switch it over to the new blog, and then I can come up with a blog schedule. So you might see that for a while. And then I have a Bible study on Wednesdays. I like to prepare for that. And so this is a recurring item technically, but I don't want to forget it. So that's why I just continue to write it on my schedule or on my to-do list. And then purchase the purple planner. I've done that because I have to ship that out for the contest giveaway, and that'll be going out tomorrow. I picked up the prescription. I ordered groceries for last week, but I do need to do that for this week, but I'll remember that. Sticker redesign plus new stickers. I still need to do that for a couple of items. Okay. And I'm supposed to be going camping with some friends, so I need to get the campsite info. That was an item that was just added to this list. And then Addison's ballet. I'm not gonna check that out. Addison's ballet. So what happened with her ballet is that I decided to change her back to the old school because I want to try to take her to the new school, and I didn't like the feeling I got. And I didn't like the staff. They seemed just not friendly. And I know it's a more strict school. It costs a little bit more money, and it's supposed to be like one of the best, but she's only 4. So we don't need to be so strict on toddlers. I just didn't get a good feel for it. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and transition her back over to the old school. I'm doing a bubble run on the 8th, and then I have to get an LDC form for my religious meeting. You guys probably won't understand that either, but I need to pick that up because I want to work with some projects on a design committee, and I need to get that form in order to do that. So I need to remind myself of that. Nothing on the back. So that is the extent of the to-do list so far with transitioning all this stuff over. So I don't need this any longer. I can just keep it in the current week. And then the next thing that my weekly checklist says is to collect any other notes and to categorize appropriately. So I do have other notes here. The only other thing that I have is these papers here from Addison's school. And it's just some parent reminders, it's the schedule, and it's the newsletter. So I like looking on the newsletter just to see what they have going on at her school, so that I can put it on my calendar, and what they're learning for that week, and just any information that I need to know is always going to be contained in this letter. This is the August newsletter, so I already saw this because we are almost at the end of August, but I keep it in my planner, and I constantly like to refer to it. And this stays, as far as categorizing it, it stays in my routine section of my planner, because it's stuff that is routine. So I just stick that in there, and eventually I'll punch it. Okay, next thing it says is to reflect. Did I get my to-do list done? If not, why not? I've kind of been talking you through that process already. And did I make progress on any of my goals? If not, why not? So I feel like the reason why I didn't get all my to-do list items done again is because some of this stuff was added later on in the week. Some of this stuff is recurring. Some of this stuff is not like super duper urgent. So it doesn't, necessarily have to be done at a certain period of time, but I do want to get it done. Not to make excuses, because I probably should have gotten more of this stuff done on this list, but I'm okay with the amount that I have transitioned over to the next week, because I don't feel like it's too overwhelming, and I feel like I can probably get half of this stuff done maybe this week, because again, I have a religious convention coming up Friday through Sunday, so I know I'm not going to get all of this stuff done, but I'm going to get as much done as possible, and I'll check in with you guys and let you know how it all worked out, because again, this is my first weekly check-in video, so we're just kind of going through this together, but I feel good with how much I've been able to accomplish this week. So that's the reflection part. I didn't make a list of goals because I figure that some of them are kind of entwined with this list, as far as like finishing my blog and a couple of other things, spiritual wise, my Pioneer application, LDC, things like that are part of my goals, and I don't do two separate goals and to-do lists. I kind of just include everything all in one. So yeah, and then when I do my social media planner, I do goals in there. And normally goals to me within my planners are gonna be just what I need to do during the day. What are my goals? And then long-term and short-term goals, of course, I try to write those out as well. But I don't have any that I need to add to my list. And most of everything right here is on my to-do list also. And so, yeah, I don't feel like I need to add any additional goals at this time. But I do have a goals list, and I'm constantly adding to that goals list, which is separate from this, like big goals. So these are just really tiny, small goals. Some of them aren't, some of them are. But I feel like I can accomplish all of this in a relatively short period of time. So I'm okay with this list. And then, so that is it for reflection. And then plan next week. What commitments do I have? So a big commitment, of course, that I just told you that I have next week is my religious convention, and that is going to be held Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So when I get ready to do my plan with me, which you guys will see on my channel this week, then I'll write that in here, and that way I can block these days off, because I'm really not going to be doing too much on these days, but just focusing on spiritual things. I'll probably have a to-do list just so I can write in some things when I get home that I can do if I need to do that. And so that answers that question. Do I need any prep? I do need prep. So that is what I was going to do here for my religious convention. I was going to write in things that I need to do. I have to get the kids ready, got to get lunches packed, got to get a lot of different things I've got to get done. And then Thursday I'm going to go and help them set up some of this stuff and like get prepared for the convention. So I have to do that all day Thursday, me and my husband. And so I have to prep for that. So I do have some prep work to do, and I was planning on using this list for that, just to write in like pack the kids, get the kids clothes ready the day before, or pack lunches, or get dinner prepped, or make sure I do this or make sure I do that. So that is what I was going to write in here. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are only the days that I need to prep for, because again, Thursday I'll be going there to help to kind of set up and get things ready. This will be my first time doing that, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Friday is going to be the convention day 1, Saturday convention day 2, Sunday final day of the convention. So I've got a lot of prep to do for that, so I will definitely be writing that in. And then so that's really all the prep work that I have to do. I do have prep work that I have to do in terms of filming YouTube videos, but I do that when I'm getting ready to film. And then also dinner prep and things like that, but that'll be done on my weekly meal plan, and I'll let you guys see that as well during this process. How much sensibly can I do in a day? Now that is my issue. I always tend to overschedule myself. I think probably a lot of us do that. And so this week I'm really going to focus on only adding things to my day that I can do reasonably. And so that is a goal of mine. And then also start or carry over to-do list, which I've already done. Start or carry over goals list. I've done that as well. Put a time frame on important things. I'm trying to do this all within this week by Wednesday or Thursday. So that is going to be my time stamp. And then it says balance key things reasonably. So that's what my goal is today. My focus is, next week is to balance, and then also to make sure that I'm being sensible. Those are my 2 words: sensibility, reasonability, balance, all of those things. That's my focus, main goal for next week. So I'm not overbooking myself, because I have a big problem with that. So review. So if we review the goals, then we can make sure that we can do them. So I know that I can probably not finish my blog this week, and that's why I said probably half of this stuff I'll be able to get through, or majority of this stuff, but some stuff I know I can start on it, but it may not be done by that time. But I'm going to try to push myself, because my blog needs to be done by 8:21, I think. 8:21, or which is like in a day or two. And if I can't get it done, then I'm going to push it. I'm going to see if I can call them. I think it's done by 8:21 or 8:22. See if they can keep my other blog live for just a little bit more time, just to give me more time to get this done. So that may not be done. I'm not sure. I definitely can do this. Schedule doctor's appointment for myself, dentist with appointments for the kids. I can do that. I can create my vitamin regimen. Not hard at all. I'm turning that in Tuesday. I'm doing that tonight. I'm doing that today. I'm probably not going to get this done, but that'll be in the works. Of course, this is a recurring item. Bible studies on Wednesday, so I'll probably study and everything, get prepared Tuesday night. Sticker redesign, I'll probably do that tonight as well. That's not hard. Campsite info, I'm going to call tomorrow. Ballet, she'll probably be starting tomorrow. I'll probably just go into the school, sign up, and get everything done on the spot. Bubble run is not until September. Don't have to do that now. And I'm going to grab that form on Tuesday. So let me write Tuesday here, just so I don't forget. And then I'll write Tuesday for the Pioneer application. Okay, so I did put timestamps on stuff, right? Okay, so let's see. Are my goals clear, actionable, measurable, and dated? Yes, they are. Anything need to be changed, added, or deleted? Not that I can see here, but over the week, if I feel like there's anything that needs to be changed, then I will definitely change. And then scan next 4 weeks. Are there any important dates, any prep that is needed? So let's open my planner here. Let's look at the next 4 weeks. I know I do have a Bible assignment that I have to do, which is on the 27th. So I definitely have to prepare for that. And I'll probably be preparing for that tomorrow. I have to write out a Bible talk. And so I will be doing that so that I can go ahead and get a head start on it, because I am a last minute person and I don't want to wait till the last minute on that. So if we scan the next 4 weeks, so the week of the 19th is what we're on. And so let's look at the next week. Next week of the 26th, like I said, I have that Bible talk. Nothing else seems to be going on there. And then the next 3 weeks in September, I have the bubble run on the 8th. And then my squad trip is the weekend of the 14th. My husband's going to do a photo booth without me. I don't know how he's going to do it without me. Then we have our CO visit, which again, you probably will not understand what that means. Some of you will, some of you will not. So that is my next probably 5 weeks. And I don't need to do any prep for the bubble run besides sign up. Photo booth, I'm gonna have to really like talk to my husband and tell him like how to set things up, because normally I set everything up and he runs the photo booth. And then my squad trip, I definitely have prep that I'm gonna do, because there's a lot of exciting things going on. So I'm gonna prep some things out this week. And when it comes to that week, I'll write those things out and really assess what needs to be done. Nothing that needs to be done there. So I don't really have too much prep that I can do right now. So let's see. Next thing is prep. If I have any important dates, is there any prep that is needed? Again, no prep that I can do right now. I'll do that as time goes along. So that is pretty much it. Again, everything starts with my half sheet. So my half sheet is pretty much finished. I'm going to go ahead and write in my list of things that I need to do for that convention. And let me just write in convention just so I know what this is for. I do not know how to write V's for some reason. I have a hard time. All right. So I think this is a good starting point. I really do. So now is time to write in my dinners. And so how I'm going to do that, let me pop this in really quick. And I didn't really decorate this page that way I thought I was going to decorate it, because I don't really feel like there's a need for that. I don't. So I'm not going to decorate that. And I definitely didn't decorate this because this is really more functional. I mean, there's no need for stickers on this at all. So I'm going to keep this in this week just so I can see and refer back to that. And I'm sorry, this goes in the next week. All right, and I put my Pioneer application in here so that way I don't forget to fill it out and turn it in. And then we're gonna pop in this weekly meal plan. But what I did in my social media planner is I went ahead and I planned out next week. Just FYI, this is how next week looks. I did a Daydreamer spread because I'm eagerly anticipating the new Happy Planner Girl stuff. So I thought I'd do a Daydreamer spread in anticipation for that. But in the previous week, I wrote out all of my video ideas. So that definitely needs to go in my planner. When I plan out the week, you'll see all of these video ideas. Of course, my weekly review is done because that is the one I'm filming today. And then my half sheet setup is what I'm including within this video. So really 1 and 2 are all in the same. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more videos to do. So this video will go up Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have enough videos for the week. I don't film on Sunday. So that's good. So I'm good there. And then I also wrote out my meal planning video. I'm doing a freezer meal plan, and these are the freezer meals that I'm doing. So I do have to plan in my recipe keeper and write out these recipes. And then I have an idea of some footage I want to grab for that video. And then this is, actually, these are my freezer meals. This is my meal planner video. I'm doing a meal planning video to show you just exactly how I meal plan. So we're doing one of those videos. And so these are the recipes that I'm cooking for this week. So, and you know what I wanted to do? I didn't want to write in this because I wanted to include this in my meal planner video. now that I think about it, maybe I won't write in it, because when I do my meal planning video, I want to show you guys like the whole thing, the whole shebang from start to finish. So avoid that. I'm not going to write this in because I want to show you that in that video. But you got to see, you get a sense. And then these are some upcoming collabs I have. So I did write in here just a little bit. But again, one of my goals is to make sure I complete this entire spread as well as my weekly spread. That is another goal. And that's my budget planner. That is really not a part of my process right now because I'm going to be switching over to a spreadsheet for my budget planner for my personal planning as well. So that's why I didn't talk about that. And then these are the recipes that I'm having. I only planned out one so far. Keto tacos. This is going to be a freezer meal. And so I'm writing these out so that way I can show you in my freezer meal video. So that is also needs to go on my to-do list, but I'll probably do that this evening when I'm laying in bed. I'll just go ahead and plan out those sheets. So what I wrote in that page is all there is. And again, this is just my first video, so I'm sure I'll really start to get more of an idea and be able to talk you through a little bit more clearly. I'm hoping it was clear, but I'm sure I probably missed something. And so what I'll do is next video, I hope to be a little bit better at that. So that is pretty much it. We went through the whole entire list. We wrote out our wins, our losses, or things that didn't work. We wrote out what we want to improve on for next week. So I'm going to keep this here so that way when I really do my plan with me, then I can look back on this and I can see what not to do and what to do. So that way I stay motivated and I can make sure I'm on the right track. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I was really trying to do it like I would do it, you know, like if I was just sitting here with no camera rolling, like how would I really be like talking through it? So that's why at some points it may seem like I was all over the place. But hey, you know, that's how it goes when you're trying to do a weekly review. So hopefully you pulled your page out and you were planning with me and you were talking through the process with me, and it really just helped you to get your life and really figure out what you got to do for the next week. And that's what it's all about. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you stopping in again, and hopefully you will stop in for the next video, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here and giving me a big thumbs up. So appreciate you again. Hopefully you will join me for the next video, in which case I'll see you then.